How did we learn language? Language is a classic example of modeling based on the feedback our body respond, and then it creates as a program, as a conditioned program. Now I can model the best behaviors, the best ways from geniuses, and I can also model something unknowingly negative patterns in a negative environment. That's why, and that's the reason we get into some kind of negative patterns. Hello everyone, thank you so much for subscribing to my channel, and I'm glad to see you in our Ridhima Dua's NLP series. This series is for questions on NLP and new code NLP so that you can transform yourself and transform others. Keep experiencing, discovering, decoding and doing it real. Origins of NLP. A lot of people ask me about where NLP comes from. Let's get deep into that. This is very close to my heart. The origin of NLP is modeling, and we all are born modelers. We all have been modeling something or the other from our environment, from our parents, from our teachers, from our colleagues, from our friends, from our influencers, whomsoever our unconscious connects with. What do we mean by this? Very simple. When we came in life, what we started doing was we started observing. When we came in life as just a baby, we were looking around, okay, what they are doing, isn't it? Like my mom is smiling and I'm hearing and seeing her face go like this, and I am smelling the beautiful food being prepared by my parents or my mom. I'm tasting the first food, which is my mother's milk. I am growing. Someone is holding my hand and then saying ajo ajo, or walk or baby, and I'm hearing in the environment. I'm hearing some sounds. These are just sounds for me at that time as a child, isn't it? And I'm hearing those sounds. I am seeing all those things happening around me. I am feeling different temperature while someone touches me, right? So I see, I hear, I feel with the touch. I start smelling as a kid. What's happening? There is no meaning to it. I don't know the language around it, but I'm just assimilating the information. We all have been assimilating information as kids. And let's move a little more forward. Two important things. How do I learn to stand up and get up is also about unconscious assimilation of my own body with micro muscle. What I do, slowly I push my hips and try to get up and fall. And I look there, and my body just learns through the system that, okay, when I am getting up, and this is the feedback which is received by the body inside me, and then the feedback is utilized by my unconscious, and then the unconscious gives me back the feedback, and then I stand up by myself. All of this is very unconscious. It is not done consciously. Unconscious is using the micro muscle system of the body to learn from the feedback while I fall as a child, and then I again get up. So there, as a child also, I don't know that falling means failure. I only know that there is a feedback, and I learn from that feedback as a child, and not the brain system, the brain of the child, means our brain, learn from that feedback, and we just get up. And we get a reinforcement from people around, and oh, this is the way to get up. Fine, okay, all right. But then also we don't have any logics to it. It happens with the process unconsciously. Then again, if I hear my mother's sound, if I hear my native language, and if you notice, we do not go to schools to learn our native language. We already know our native language, and then in the school, we develop the native language. How did we learn language? Language is a classic example of modeling. All around, I've been just hearing mama, mama, papa, papa, mama, mama, papa, papa. And I hear, I assimilate, I see, they do mama, mama, pa, 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 pa. So they do all of this, right? So they do this kind of changes in physiology. And I, as a child, start doing these changes in the physiology. And you, as a child, also did that. So we all kept testing. We all kept testing by observations. We have been observing. We do that in our body without conscious awareness, unconsciously, and based on the feedback our body respond, and then it creates as a program, as a conditioned program. And that's the way we have been learning through modeling. In fact, just to quickly share, as an NLPer, I observed that I used to cook like my mom. And maybe some of you also calibrate that you walk like someone, you talk like someone, you cook like someone. We all have gathered data by modeling. Now, I can model the best behaviors, the best ways from geniuses, and I can also model something unknowingly negative patterns in a negative environment. That's why, and that's the reason we get into some kind of negative patterns. Now, where NLP comes from, this is the concept which I wanted you to be aware of before I get into there. NLP comes from the concept of modeling. That's the first origin. So, Dr. John Grinder, Richard Bandler, Frank Fuselick, they modeled the geniuses in human behavior who were dealing with so many different clients and having successful results with their clients. The same way, when I go to my mother and she will just say whatever, and I will just learn as a child by doing it, by observing and doing and doing and doing without giving any condition to it, without judging it, without any questions or logics to it. That's the way we learn as a child. The same way Dr. John, Richard, and Frank Fuselick, when they did the modeling of Virginia Satir, Fritz Perls, and Milton Erickson, what they did was they did modeling of how are they doing, how the whole thing is happening. And when I say modeling, it's like exactly repeating, cut, copy, paste, whatever they are doing in their system, in their body. Means if Milton is moving the hand and moving the head a little and saying something like na 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 na, John and Richard would just replica the same. When they used to hear Fritz Perls tapes, whatever way he's saying, they will just start repeating in the same way. So they are adjusting their tonality, their macromuscle, and their physiology, and that's what modeling is. And they kept modeling, the modelers, Virginia, Fritz, and Milton Erickson. They kept modeling and modeling and modeling, unconsciously assimilating just by repeating everything, whatever they are doing. And then come back and repeat the same thing in the parallel context. Means come back and coach people using whatever they have just done. And they would just go and become Milton and just do it like that, or become Fritz and just do it like that. And they were doing all of that. So the intention I want you all to know here is the origin of the process is completely different to what it seems like. NLP is a very structured toolbox which you have. However, you use that structure in a very flexible way with your clients. What John, Richard, and Frank did is a very disciplined way to go and just match and mirror, micromuscle, assimilate, and model the best model. Come back and practice in the parallel context and start writing the document which is about the structure. Structure of Magic Part 1 and Part 2 are also the books which to be referred for people who are NLPers. And that's the way they developed the model. So one of the important things for us to learn is modeling is a key to success. You can choose any model, or you've already chosen. You can choose any model who is the genius in that particular field, and then do what? Just assimilate physiologically, just do exactly what they are doing, and talk internally in that same tonality and same volume and same rhythm, and just keep doing like a child, just keep doing like a child. Come back to your clinic and just do whatever that person, whatever your model did. Come back to your point where you want to apply it in your business, in your family, and just do what they did. This is already there, available in the market, isn't it? In doctors, that's what they do. They observe the doctors, they go to their clinic, and then they practice. We do that in dancing, we do that in our workouts with our fitness trainers. We all are modeling the best model. We are assimilating and we are practicing. We can be more structured doing this in a very beautiful way by choosing a model with the best specific thing which you want to model. Say, for example, I wanted to learn new code and I chose John Grinder, Michael, and Carmen, and going there and assimilating the information just by macromuscle and physiology and all of that, and just assimilating without putting any logic to it, coming back and practicing, and it has gone very deep inside me. This model can be used anywhere. That's the most important element of NLP, which is not talked a lot about. So modeling is a concept for you to be successful in any field you choose. Step number 1, you find a genius in your own study, whichever you want to model, and you work with that genius. You just do and repeat all of that in your parallel context, and then you see the results. It just becomes a program inside you, so deep that your brain just works in that way. That is what you all can apply. Thank you so much for watching the video. I hope that you like it. Please like, share, and comment in the box. I will be happy to see you very soon in some of the workshops. Keep experiencing, discovering, decoding, and doing it real applications. Lot of love to you and seeking your blessings, Ridhima Dua.